Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Katelyn, and today we are continuing the 100 Dragon Challenge. So happy 80th episode, and also happy Lunar New Year. And this one, I wanted to celebrate the Lunar New Year and the Year of the Tiger with today's episode. So I wanted to do a tiger dragon to celebrate the new year and to kind of kick off another mini-series within the series of doing the Chinese zodiac. We already had started the celestial zodiac, and I think we have one or two of those left. And then if I have done a Chinese zodiac dragon, I do not remember. So I know I might get corrected in the comments, or maybe I'll go look and I don't know, I'll figure it out. But I think this is the first one where we've dabbled into the Chinese zodiac and the animals from it. And I thought it would be perfect and fitting for this year because I wanted to do a cool tiger dragon anyway, eventually. And I was like, cool, we'll just loop it in with the new year. And then I know that I did a New Year's dragon before. So now I think about it, I don't know if we want to count that one as a dragon zodiac dragon. So then I guess this one would be the second. I don't know. I'll go back and look at it because I remember adding firecrackers and a lot of other design features to that one. But then again, a Year of the Dragon would be just a dragon. I'll brainstorm that and see if I count the last New Year's as, the dragon of the Zodiac dragon. But either way, it was super fun to jump in and do a tiger dragon. So when I was doing the head sketches, I kind of already had an idea for the body. I wanted kind of a long Asian lung style body with a cool roaring face of the tiger. And then I really wanted to do a multi-limbed type of dragon. I knew I wanted two primary forearms, and then I was going between 4 to 6 legs going back along the body. And yeah, I ended up picking 4 additional legs. And then with this body shape, I wanted it to end with a tiger tail specifically. I thought about doing more of a tufted tail that you see in other Asian lung designs, but I was like, it would be really cool to just lead it to an ending fluffy tiger tail. I just thought that would look really cool. So that's kind of what I decided to do. And with this pose, I wanted it to kind of look like it was coming at you and have one of the primary focuses be the claws. So you'll see me draw them over and over for these front claws because I wanted it to look just right. And I was really struggling that night to get the claws to look right. I finally do hit it, and I was really happy with that front one because I wanted the face and the claws to be just such a primary focus coming right at you. A lot of the, I did look up some more, I guess, traditional paintings of they have the dragon versus the tiger paintings. And then a few that I'd found were actually a fusion of a tiger and a dragon. And I just always love how they draw the mouths and the claws. And I was like, I'm going to really highlight that in this piece. So I had a blast creating this fearsome face and these really epic claws and just making this long, cool boy. Oh, it's so cool. I really like it. And it was just such a blast. I had a great time making this shape. And then for the body shape, I kind of wanted to experiment with being better about, I guess, muscle group definition. So after I struggle with these legs, I was also looking at pictures of actual tigers and seeing how their stomachs laid and how their backs moved as well and laid. Because with a dragon, I'm okay, well, I could keep it a consistent snake body, I've done that before, but I'm we're adding additional legs, and a snake body is just so perfect and I guess not cylindrical. I'm trying to think of the word, but basically it's just a big long tapering noodle, There's not really a definite difference in a rib cage to hip area, it's just a long thin noodle. So I was trying to think how I could enhance this dragon's shape and try to give it some more realistic anatomy. And so I was looking at different tiger images. I added some shapes that kind of mimic how a tiger's body would lay. And I think that really enhanced the piece. Now that I've started spacing out my videos a little bit more, I've been trying to add a little more extra detail when I can. This one I procrastinated on though and did basically Thursday night, and that's why you're getting this video a little bit late, because I just kind of put it off. But I'm really glad that I took my time with it on Thursday and I added some of those more enhanced anatomy details to really solidify the shape of this creature and its overall body structure. So about this point, it was time to start laying in all of the stripes. So with this again, I had a couple of different tiger images pulled up so then I could figure out exactly how I wanted the lines to lay. And then I kind of just took some liberties with it and just tried to give it certain marks that made it look a little bit more, I guess, mythical. Like specifically in the face, I did kind of follow a general tiger stripe patterning, but I kind of mixed and matched them because I really liked I guess the lines that were just leading to its nose and having like those L-shaped, C-shaped lines. And then I just kind of went ham all over the body. I was looking at like 20 different tiger pictures and being like, okay, this stripe's cool, let's put it here. And this stripe's cool, let's put it here. So they didn't follow any specific rhyme or reason, which I think actually made them look better instead of trying to be like wanting, I guess, a certain stripe structure and trying to follow that exactly. It just worked out so much better to just kind of let it be and let all the stripes evolve into what they were going to evolve into. So this part, I kind of regret doing this. So it looked really nice on the line art to go through and do the black inking with my pen. It looks really clean here, and after I erase out all the pencil marks, it's going to look really, really cool. And I did like it at this stage, but later on when I start coloring, I usually don't have this problem when I just do line art, but I did get a lot of bleed issues. I even left this to dry for a little bit to make sure the black really was in the paper, and it just basically lifted it out with all of my lighter colors and started dragging black around. In certain areas, it wasn't too bad, like later on in the coloring. But other areas, I was like, oh, great, that's 100% not what I wanted. So I recommend, if you're using Micron pens, and I don't know if it's only like a Copics marker thing, or if other markers don't give you this problem, don't do this. Because like my line art usually never bleeds, even with lighter colors. But I guess just blocking in that much black of the Micron was what did it in. What I should have done is used a black Copic marker to fill all these spaces in, and then I would have been solid. It would have been totally golden and totally fine, but I just wanted to get the black in on this line art here and there. And who knows, it might have also just been me not letting it dry long enough. Like, I did let it sit for a little bit, but it might have not been long enough. Maybe there's like an overnight thing. Like, I should have just left it for quite a few hours to really solidify and get in there, instead of, I don't know, maybe I let it sit for like 30, 45 minutes, maybe at most. But yeah, I should have let it dry probably a lot longer than that. So maybe that was user error on my part, but more letting you guys know in case you're using Microns and Copics combo. But see, yeah, looks pretty sick. I really did enjoy like this clean line art version. I kind of regret not taking a scan of it. That's one thing I've been trying to get better at with my 100 Dragon challenges, is scanning it while it's on the line art version. So maybe we can make a coloring book. But I have, forgotten for the past 80 episodes. So I might have to, if I ever want to make a coloring book of this, I would have to probably redraw the line art versions digitally, and that would be a huge undertaking, but it might be worth it. So for here, I just got a thicker Micron pen, and I'm outlining the face and the claws and the horns because I wanted them to stand out against the background body parts to make sure that you could really tell they were like coming at you. I kind of wish I added a little bit thicker line to a few areas, but still, it looked good. So for here, I struggled with picking colors because I knew I wanted like a tan whitish belly. The orange was the easiest thing for me to figure out for like the body shading. But in the past, when I've drawn a tiger, specifically digitally, I usually just leave the belly like white, like maybe a very tad bit yellow white, but it's usually like white. And this time I was like, I'm going to push myself and go outside my comfort zone and do like a tannish yellow, like creamy color, because that's what I was seeing on a lot of other paintings of tigers and pictures of tigers. And I was like, we're just going to try it. So it took me a little bit of time to figure out what cream colors I wanted, but the oranges were really quick and easy. And from there, it was just time to get stuck in, do all of this coloring, and color this entire thing, this really beautiful orange. But God, did it take a while. Also with this piece, just to let you guys know, I did have to change one of my oranges partway through. I did still list both of them on the Copics color list because one of mine just died. I was using it and it seemed like totally juiced up and fine, but when I got to that front claw, it just died on me. So I had to pull in a different color. I think I ended up using, I think it was called Tangerine, and I really liked that orange. I'm like, why didn't I pick this one to begin with? But it still worked, and it was fine because it was basically the base orange, like this one I'm coloring right now. That's the one that died, and then I overlay it with like a slightly darker orange in parts. So wasn't the end of the world that that one died in particular, but just thought I'd let you guys know. Also for this coloring of this dragon, I feel I did a lot of blending. In previous dragons, I still did quite a bit of blending, depending on the piece. But this one, I think I went over a lot of the colors multiple times to try to get those oranges to blend really well and trying to get those lighter tans to go into the oranges even better. And I think it really paid off. I was very happy with how this turned out. Like, I just think it looks so cool. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but I feel I almost like leveled up a little bit with this tiger. Like, I don't know if it was the coloring or maybe me experimenting with more of like body shape definitions or what it was, but I was really happy with how this one turned out, and it was a blast. And then I like experimented with different things and tried layering a lot more marker than I usually do, which is probably what is killing my markers anyway. Like even here with the mane, I was like, oh, it'd be cool if the stripes continued into the mane. They eventually get colored out because I just kept changing the mane color. But even with that, it was like a happy accident. Like I didn't mean for certain things to happen, but then I just was like, okay, let's just roll with it and let's just keep layering on other reds and other colors. And it turned out awesome. It just looks like such a cool, fiery mane. And I just love it. It's dope. I know I'm gushing about this a lot, but I'm really pleased with this one. I think I'm going to make it probably the print of the month for Patreon, and then I might have to make it into stickers because I would love to put this sticker on like my sketchbook or my laptop. Actually, it might go on my iPad case if I have room, but like Ooh, it'd be so cool. And I love it. I'm just so pleased with how this turned out. And then final touch, I just went through with my white gel pen and tried to bump up a couple of parts and kind of give it a little bit of a shine here and there. And then I went in with a gray to add a little bit more shadow and dimension to it. And I really like how that gray turned out. I should have pushed it in a couple more places with a little bit of a darker gray, but I just still dig it. I am so happy with this. Oh, and I forgot to sign 2022 because we're in the new year. But I really love how this turned out, and it was a blast to create. But let's go ahead and look at your guys' entries for last month's dragon, the bookworm. So Flora Perilyn Drake, sorry if I butchered your username. I love that your poor little Drake accidentally caught their book on fire. That's super cute. Scorching Shadow, I love that you use like this cool telepathy thing to get the books and like all these cool runes around it. And then a normal ADN, I love that you use like the paper texture and it looks like it has cool floating bookmarks around it. At least that's how I picture it. And all of your guys' entries were amazing. I really liked all the different dragons, and you guys are so creative and awesome and the best. I love looking at these every month. And if you guys would like to participate in this month's Tiger Dragon, you make sure to post it on Twitter or Instagram with the hashtag KM100Dragons, or you can join our Discord server where we have a channel that you can post it in there as well and share it with other members of the community on that platform. But either way, thank you guys again so much for stopping by and checking out this video. If you aren't already, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, do all those YouTube things to help with the algorithm and all that stuff. And you guys are the best. Happy Lunar New Year, and here's to a better year through 2022. Cheers, guys. See you later.